So, sir, can I introduce the students first to you? Then you can start. Is it okay?
So fly.
You just take a picture of it. So, Victor, can you put your stuff on that table on this side?
Yes, sir. Just 1 minute, please.
Okay, sir.
I can hear you now. Chandeep, I cannot see the students very clearly. Can you please put the screen a bit down? So I can
Okay.
see. Oh,
So, is it okay, sir?
absolutely. Now it's okay. So, keep the file on this weekend.
So, your camera is off?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Sure. Can you see me now?
No, sir. Yes, sir. Now.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
Shadip, if you don't mind, if you can please record as well.
Yes, sir.
So
We are
this will
recording.
help us
Yes,
with
sir.
how we play.
We are recording, sir.
First of all, thank you very much to all of you, and really appreciate your patience as well. I know some of you were waiting for long. But this is Usmani. I'm sure some of you have already met me, right? In different activities and events as well. But just to give you a little bit of introduction. Shadip, if you please record, is it okay?
Yes, sir. We are recording.
Sure, no worries. So idea is, because I'm obviously Usmani, Faisal Usmani, I'm the Director of Employability and Placements at Waltham International College. And first of all, I would like to thank you because for your time I think you've given to this Student Entrepreneurship Society especially. Obviously the journey started from very first day. If you remember, you have a business idea, you wanted to do something actually to start your businesses. And that's wonderful that we have some entrepreneurs now in front of us. And that's a wonderful news. I think the stage has come. The information I have obviously you see from the team that we have 7 students currently, obviously out of you. We have received your proposals and that's wonderful. It's a written proposal in the form of an outline. But obviously there are a couple of students obviously who have not submitted us the written proposal, but obviously they have in the form of presentation. I think the most important thing I want to tell you today, from now onward, how we're going to work with you. Now, because we have received your written business proposals, the next stage is that this proposal will go to the panel. I'm sure you remember that as a process of our Student Entrepreneurship Society, we have some experts in our panel who have a financial background, who have investment background, who have entrepreneurship experience as well. It means who are working in the sector and they really know that the idea you are trying to bring or you want to start a business, do you think it's a niche market? Like, is there any gap in the market? And that would help you. So as you all know now, while going through this entire process, that starting a business is not just about idea, it's a starting point. But obviously there are some other things we need to check as well. Like I say, as a business entrepreneur, that we need to see whether this is feasible, whether it would work. Is there any competition, what is the level of the competition, for example, the product you're going to start. And that's what our responsibility is as a society, that to advise you. So what will happen, guys, moving forward, that proposal we have submitted, I was already in the discussion with my team last week. We had a meeting and we have already submitted out of 7, 4 proposals are already submitted to the panel. 3 will be submitted this coming Tuesday. What you're going to get it from us, you're going to get a feedback from us. Okay, the student of which you guys have submitted a proposal, you will receive some kind of feedback. And that feedback will be based on the experience of entrepreneurs and obviously the exposure they have. So that feedback will work for you. Maybe, for example, that feedback will let you know, okay, you've given a proposal, but what about that? Some kind of questions. For example, we were looking into one proposal and we see that student has clearly mentioned what is the business idea, what he actually wants to do. But for example, it was missing that which target market you're going to approach. What is your audience? Like what is the age group, for example, depending on your products you have. So this kind of feedback you're going to get it from us. So it will be a brief feedback, okay, to you on your proposal you submitted. And the next step will be you can improve it. The idea is you will adopt that feedback. You will amend your proposal. Most of the proposal, to be very honest, when we were looking into as expert, they liked your ideas. They're quite happy, the ideas you have. But obviously, they want it a little bit more polished, Because the reason is when your proposal gets polished, it means it looks more mature. It looks with more facts. and figures as well. Because I think you know now by doing all these event and activities, if you want to start a business and you're looking for an investment, your number should be correct, isn't it? You must be accurate with your number. Like investor is going to ask you the question, okay, you're going to start a business, how much you need it? And you say, for example, I need 25,000 pounds, okay. How are you going to distribute this 20, how are you going to contribute towards this 25,000 pounds? Are you going to put your own money into it? Or are you looking all money from us? You know, this kind of questions, we need to prepare you. For example, they can also ask you, have you registered your business idea? If you are trying to make a product, have you got a patent? Have you got it? Yes, no. So on the basis of your proposal, that's kind of feedback we're gonna give you. You get the point. So you'll get a very detailed, like brief, but very well structured feedback in the bullet points. Because we don't want to write a paragraph and then you get confused. So we'll write down in the bullet points and we're gonna give it to you. You work on it. You take your time, to be very honest. There's no deadline because we're working in a very different system. So you can work on it. Once you have improved it, you resubmit the approved amended version to the team. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna send it again to review. And then that stage, obviously Shazib is here, our employability department. That's what the thing will happen. That we are trying to get it your Dragon's Den thing. You know, like you're gonna pitch your idea in front of those experts, and that would be a presentation. You need to present, you need to dress up yourself, you need to present yourself, with your content. And on that day, obviously, we're going to bring a combination, whoever is on our panel. So you will present your idea. One thing I want to assure you, remember guys, at the Waltham International College, we are trying to support you. Okay, we're not going to invest into your ideas because the reason is we are trying to link you with investors. And we're trying to link you with the right people in the business sector. So we will bridge the gap. You get my point? You will be here, investors and experts will be here. Then you will present to investors and they will be all sitting here. For example, one of the panel will be an expert lawyer. For example, he is expert in intellectual property rights, for example, right? Maybe he is expert in copyrights. He is expert in company's house structuring, Maybe there are a lot of other things, patenting, for example. So you will get some advice from them as well, and they will ask you questions. Obviously, on that day, if they think your idea is good, it has a spark, it has a potential, and obviously you have a passion, to start the business and you can run it, then there is a huge possibility that they can give you that, okay, we can invest. We can invest into your idea. You're looking for example, 30,000 pounds. Okay, we can give you 30,000, but we need 5% back. You get my point? And obviously that thing we don't know. No one can tell you this thing because that day, it will happen on that day. The way you pitch your idea, the way you respond. And that's why I think we strongly feel that we need to prepare you for some presentation skills as well. If you think it's a good idea, you can give your feedback. Because what we are also planning, guys, once your proposals get mature, it means it's ready to be forwarded to investor. I think that time will be between 3 to 4 weeks, and that time will be at some time where we need to work with you very closely. And the team of employability will arrange some professional presentation skills workshops. You get my point? It means we will train you, we will give you some ideas and training how to pitch an idea in front of entrepreneurs. And I think, Shali, we can take feedback from the students now here, they are here. Do you guys think this kind of workshops will work for you, isn't it? Is it important? What do you think?
Yes, guys.
Yeah.
Anyone talk? Yes, you can. Yes, sir. They said they need that type of presentation skills and workshop as well.
Yes. Absolutely. Thank you so much for this. And I think that's what we, since you submitted, we have worked a lot. Actually, I'm very honestly with you. We're working very, very dedicatedly on, on these things as well. And it's an interesting thing, and it's a good announcement here as well. We have a lot of experts on board now. We have our employer network, including even we had a guest speaker from KPMG the other day. We had someone from an accounting and audit firm. We have some organizations, for example, from hospitality sector. We have some guest speakers. You can watch all these recordings on our placement.vic.ac.uk. These are all available, these events. So idea is definitely when your proposal will get mature, we will arrange some workshops for you and we will give you the time. But mostly, guys, this workshop can happen online as well. I'm very honest with you because, the idea is a lot of entrepreneurs, they are very busy, And So they join us from different part of the UK. And so it's, for example, the last speaker we had, he joined us from Scotland, and he works for KPMG, and he is actually in the investment zone. So obviously for him, his traveling is hard. So we will do a combination, sometime at campus, sometime online. And good thing is we will record all these activities, and we will make it recording available on our portal. So even, for example, if you missed it, for some of your routine we don't understand, you can still go back and watch it. And then obviously you have our email address you can contact. So this is the next step, guys, and thank you very much for your time. So this is the next step we're going to do. Now, I hope you understand the meeting for this today. That is, we just want to explain you what exactly the next step will happen. One thing very important I want to tell you here at this stage, because you have submitted your proposal. I want you to do some kind of survey. Like, I know you have your idea, you have your proposal. But my question is, I think, do you guys know how to use Google Forms?
Yeah.
Have you used it in the past?
Yes.
Okay. Shadid, please make a note of as well, because this is one of our planning as well, obviously. We are also, so this kind of workshop will happen for you as well, you get my point? Because we strongly feel that before you pitch your idea to an investor, they can ask you this question. How many people you have spoken to you? How many people you have spoken about your business? How do you know people will accept your idea? How do you know audience will accept your business product, isn't it? So what answer we have for them? The answer would be not verbal. Investors don't like just talk. You get my point? They love numbers. So for example, if Shazib is an investor and I'm the student, so if Shazib asks me, Osmani, okay, you have a very good idea, you want to open a restaurant and you want to sell a product which is a combination of rice and this thing, and this is, you think it's your own recipe, right? And you think it will work because there's no other restaurant offering something like this. Very good idea. Can you please provide evidence that your idea is unique? First evidence. It means, have you registered your recipe? Yes, no. Second thing, okay, you think you're going to launch your restaurant in Birmingham New High Street, for example. Okay, do you know how many restaurants are already there? Who are not 100% like you, but they are a restaurant. So if you tell them there are many restaurants, that's not a good answer, isn't it? They want number. You will say, oh, there are 6 restaurants. Yes, please.
Okay.
Question.
I have one question, please. We have idea, example. We speak with investor. Example asking just how much money you need. Yeah, example. It's possible to say how much I need. He will next question. Yeah, is sheet balance. Yeah, income statement. He will ask how I will showing how money will have company proof after half year example or 1 year, because companies don't start per now, and after how many I will have clients, I don't sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, it's a very, very good question. Thank you so much for asking this. Let me answer this question. I think your point is very valid, and that's what the society is. I think you remember you asked a question earlier in this class as well this morning.
Yes, I asked you following this question.
Absolutely. Basically, what happens, guys? It's a very, very good question, and that's what we want you to come forward and sit down with us at some point, because I do understand your point that investor can ask you how much you need it. What is required, and you don't have the answer. It's possible, isn't it? But idea behind this investment is when you go for a business pitch, investors expect you to have all things in your hand. We cannot tell them, for example, I will look into it. They don't actually accept this kind of view, and that's what I was saying. We need to prepare you, and once you've done your proposal, we'll give you feedback. So, like your question you asked, when we will see your proposal, you will see in your feedback, we will clearly mention it. You have mentioned it that you need £25,000, but you have not given us the breakdown. We need to see the breakdown. How, for example, out of 25, you're going to spend 5,000 on marketing, 3,000 for this. The breakdown. And that's what we will give you the feedback. And that would help you to mature your business proposal into a better format as well. So, this is how, and obviously it's a process. I appreciate the question. It's a process, and I think we will move into the next stages as well, and that would help. Because investors, I'm very honest with you, I'm sure you have watched Dragon's Den. I'm sure you watched other programs as well, where you can see investors actually are very straightforward. Mr. Waqas is here. He's got some experience as well for business. He can also let you know that investors are straightforward, because because they're putting money, isn't it? You're expecting them to put their money into your business, and they don't know you. They have never met you, you know. They need to see your profile, and that's what. When we will see your proposal, we will give you feedback. For example, we will give you feedback like this: have you got a social media account? Have you made your Facebook account for the business? Have you made a LinkedIn account? These are the feedbacks to you in your proposal, because I'm very honest with you, if you don't have a social media presence nowadays, I think Mr. Wakas can say second on this later on, that you have a less chances to get invested, you know, because your presence should be more. You must have approached, you know, more audience as well. So definitely there will be a workshop we're planning in terms of your creating a pages on social media, for example. This is the one workshop we are already planning for you in November on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, you know. We need to teach you, we will guide you how to set up the social media accounts and how to run it. And these are the part of the society membership which you are. So hopefully, you know, it will help. So next step, obviously your proposal will get a feedback, but we need to prepare you. But one thing I was just trying to tell you, I'm expecting you to set up a survey, guys, for your businesses. I think you should start a background research again. That you can make a survey, maybe 5, 4, 6, 7 questions related to your business, but to the audience, to the people. Now, where you gonna go and do it? That's a big question, Usmani. You're telling us to design a survey, but where you want us to give this survey? That's your research. Who is your audience? If you are trying to pitch this product in Birmingham, that's your market, isn't it? If you're launching it to London, that's your market. Because if you are launching your product in Coventry and you're doing a survey in Birmingham, it will not work. So this is something, you know, we're trying to suggest here as well as a background, that please make sure, guys, while we are working with you and maturing your business idea, maturing your business proposal, and trying to bring the gap between you and investor, then one day, hopefully, your idea get invested, and then you're gonna start your own business. But in between, you need to continue, you know, doing some research like a survey. I would suggest, for example, you can go and talk to the people who are running businesses like you. If I ask a question on this table to all of you, that how many of you have met already the other businesses who are running like you? Have you done this kind of talk with those companies, or like what is your? Let's take your opinion. What do you think?
Yes.
Anyone wants to say?
Yeah.
Who has talked to a company? Who has spoken to?
Me.
Okay.
Yes, Mohit.
So I plan to get a car shop, mechanic and car wash and tire replacement. I met a lot of companies they doing this, and so sometimes some people they have any issues with a tire supplier, for example. How to fix this gap? So this gap, you can't trust any supplier. You have to deal with one supplier because he's gonna send you one container which was 1,400 tires. Some of them 500, 300 tires might be broken. So, and the broke tires you buy it from the supplier for £9, so you sell it for scrap 70p, which is so
Good. No, that's very good, Mohit. And I think I remember you. You came with your dad last time, if my memory is working right.
exactly.
On the last when we gave you the opportunity to pitch your idea, and I think we had a long discussion, Mr. Wakas, isn't it, for £8, £7, how you gonna and how do you identify which tires? Yeah, it's a very interesting business idea, and I appreciate that you're doing it, and that's a good step. Because the reason is, one thing I think you need to take it with you today, is your idea and it's your business. So you have a lot of responsibility on it, because it's not just a matter of starting the business and start making money. You need to think about audience, society, isn't it? There are a lot of other legal implications we need to consider as well. For example, Mohit, you mentioned about the tires who coming from Europe, I remember,
Exactly,
in that
from
proposal.
Germany.
And we do ask you about the logistics and supply chain related questions, for example. So for example, if your business idea is about importing and exporting related stuff, like you're bringing product from Europe here, you must have a good understanding of legal implications. You must have a good idea of supply chain as well, logistics kind of thing. And that's what we are teaching you the subject in this degree, isn't it? You're learning marketing, you're learning different operations management as well. And now you see the link. That's why you're sitting today, because whatever we are teaching you from your foundation here, all the subjects your tutors are teaching you in a brilliant way, and that's the time now. This is why the importance is that this society is a central, point where all your subject gets connected and give you an opportunity to be a member of society, and you pitch your idea. So you understand this concept behind the society, and that's what we do highly appreciate, and we recommend whatever subject you're learning in your classroom at the moment, give your 200% to it. Because you never know, the marketing teacher is teaching you a concept of SWOT analysis, or you're learning, for example, pattern analysis, and you've learned and you do the activity in the classroom, and today you need to perform it, isn't it? You need to, that's how the link is. So that's wonderful, I think. So like I said, obviously we have your proposals on board, guys. Ms. Mokas, we will definitely forwarding this to the expert panels. We already had a meeting last week, and then I think we will expect them, to be very honest, because of their busy schedule, and the Christmas time is also coming. So we have a 2 weeks time set up for them for the feedback. So hopefully this student we will provide the feedback in the bullet points to them in 2 weeks time, and then you can work on it, guys. Once you have you think that you've matured it, you send us back, and then Shazim and Qasar, we can put it then into the new year a presentation, with like a dragon's den kind of activity, and that would be the day, guys, you need to actually pitch your idea. And then if your idea works well, there's a possibility of investment. But like I said, we are not investing. Investor is gonna think to invest. So it's your turn. You have to put a lot of effort, but we are with you. We will support you, we will do workshops with you, and we will train you. One thing I want to please highlight from you guys, I think you can please give us some feedback. What kind of workshops and activities you are looking forward? Because we have a generalized structure. Shazim, if we can share this event calendar with them, please, later on next week.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I will work with you. And those one, guys, we have a dedicated events especially for you. Reason is because we are doing different events for different levels, level 4, level 5, level 6. But your entrepreneurial level, isn't it? I call it. So we have already organized some very dedicated events for you. And to be very honest, we have a lot of external involvement in these activities. It's not all the time I'm going to do it. You will see a lot of people from outside, and they're going to do this workshop. So I would suggest, right, guys, if you please let us know very specifically, individually, if any specific training you're looking for, please, if you can drop us an email to our wce@vic.ac.uk, Shazim, you can provide this from later on.
Okay, sir.
But that membership, that is already on your membership card, this email address. So if you please drop an email to us, team, can I have some social media training? We need actually from you. And then I think what we can do, because remember, we believe every one of you, like 9 students are in the camp at the moment on the table, if I count right, or 8 or 9. You all have a different business idea, right? Maybe possible you're looking for a very specific training, which can help you, isn't it? And you know that. So if you please highlight it to us, we are more than happy to arrange this as well. Mr. Okas, you want to say something regarding this? Do you think, sir, it will work better? Please.
Yes, sir, I think it's a good suggestion, and I wanted to share some thoughts with the students as well. So, firstly, I would second you, whatever you've mentioned, totally agree with you on that. And starting from the very first phase, look, everything starts from the idea, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the idea is already existing. There's no harm in that. Idea can be unique and it can be existing idea as well. What adds value is you. Your skill, your expertise. So I have roughly done around 4 to 5 businesses in my life as well, right? And what Mr. Usmani just mentioned about bridging the gap of your knowledge, bringing it to application. My very first business failed for this reason. I did not know about 4 P's. You know about those? Price, place, promotion, product. I didn't know about it. My very first business failed. And when I look back, why this business failed, I was laughing. I missed the basic things. Look. So sometimes you learn from your mistakes as well. So whatever knowledge element we are giving you, try to apply that in your business. That's first thing. Second thing is that value, like I mentioned, is you. There's so many businesses, people are excited about ideas as well. Even if it's existing, no problem. You will add value. The business I was successful in was my core skill. I've been in education and consultancy for 18 years. That's the business I was successful in. Why? Because I can do that job in 2 hours, which other people will do in 8 hours. That's my expertise. I can close my eyes and do a few things because I am expert in that field. Similarly with you, you will be more successful in the skill that you've developed. Other things, you've probably heard about this, grass is greener on the other side. If you will look maybe to Moeed, he is trying to run a car wash and mechanic and one-stop car solution. Oh, that looks like a good idea. But my skill is now education. And if I start copying him, it may not work because I don't have that skill. So first thing is look at yourself, how you can add value to your business. Knowledge aspect, like I mentioned. So keep that in your mind, knowledge and application. So those things which we are mentioning to you, they're very critical. And the poster that you made in very first year of business plan, each and every single element is critical. The SWOT analysis is critical, PESTEL is critical, financial analysis is critical, 4Ps is critical, even the mentioning of idea is critical. Now the time is to apply it. And when it comes to application, things change. Yes, you pass that assignment because that's an assessment. We're not assessing you on business, we're assessing your assignment. Now you're coming to a practical world. Now things will be more strict. You have to convince the investors. And investors, again, like I mentioned, will invest in you first. Idea will be secondary for them. Maybe you have a brilliant idea and they'll invest, I don't like this person, I don't want to work with them. They will not invest. So the value from yourself will come first. How much you know and how much this business means to you. If you can demonstrate that in the presentation in front of the investor, even if the business plan is maybe 50%, they will help you. Say, okay, the idea is really good, the person is really good, the person has got the knowledge and skill, we just need to put it in the framework. So, focus on yourself and the value you can add to that business. And then of course, in terms of whenever you make a business plan, investors will always like to see how much money they will get out of that investment, right? So the value you are adding and then the value you are going to give to the investor. So if you focus on these things, you will get a successful business shaping up soon. Keep this in mind. I'm not trying to discourage you. Many businesses fail in the beginning stage. I am an example. 3 failures, 1 success. The one which was successful, very successful. Still running, by the way. But 3 failures. So 1 out of 4, which is 25%, right? And even the percentage is even low. Industry-wide, if you look, less than 10% businesses succeed. This means whatever we suggest to you, even we like, every business, every idea, every person will be different. Things we will need tweaking, like Mr. Sumani mentioned as well. So work with us closely. Wherever there are challenges, we'll try to work with you on those challenges. And also, in terms of readiness, you need to know certain things on your fingertips. What is your business idea? What you're going to do? How you're different from others? What are your competitors? How much money is needed? How much profitability is expected? Some basic things that need to be on your fingertip, and then you can pitch your business idea, right? So now is the right time, like Mr. Usmani mentioned, we get very excited very quickly. We want to get things done, we want to get them rolled out, but it's very important to get the basics correct. Once they're correct, then we will go to the investor so that they don't refuse us. Yeah, so that's the whole idea. So it's a journey, it's a process. We cannot grab it. Yeah, it's not a product. It's a process. You have to build your framework and add value to yourself as well in this whole process. That's what I wanted to mention, sir. Anything else?
Thank you, Mr. Oka. Thank you for your very precious words, and I think it's very much coming from the entrepreneurship, obviously, background. And I think you can see here, we are singing one song, isn't it? You can feel it, and I think that's what I invited Mr. Okas. Obviously, as a scene, he has a lot of experience in business as well. He's shared his story as well. Shazib, who works in the employability department, he's got a good network as well. So I think because we strongly believe at way to work together, I'm very honest with you. It's not a one-man show. And I think that's what the message we want to give it to you. I know it's your business idea and you don't want to share it with someone, but you still have to meet people, isn't it? You need to go out. It doesn't mean you are going to disclose your idea, but if you're not building your network, like my simple question is, you want to start a restaurant, how many restaurants you know? How many restaurant owners are you are in touch? Please do not think that way, oh, if I am going and talk to her, they will take my idea, or if I go there, why would I go, he was my competitor. Please do not think that way in the business. We need to work in a collaborative way nowadays. This is 2024. And if the more, I think the better approach is to work collaboratively, I'm very honest with you. If you are very collaborative nowadays, there are more chances to succeed. So one thing I think I want to add here, like Mr. Waqas mentioned, I think this is the rule I've seen for last 10 years since I've been involved with a lot of consultants, a lot of companies. I agree with Mr. Waqas. They don't invest into your idea first, they invest into you, in you. What is your personality? Are you flexible? Are you in a position to work and adopt some challenges? Because when investor is going to give you some kind of investment, they're not sleeping partners with you. They're going to be a part of it. They're going to ask you, can you change it? Can you do that? So I think this is another learning for you, because if they ask you to change something and you change it and you actually, the actual main idea is gone, then you lose your interest, isn't it? So this is another learning that if I'm investing, for example, 100,000 in your idea, I will say, no, change this way, no, change this way. And you don't realize after 6 months you said, this is not my idea actually. It's completely changed. And that's a learning for you. So that's what you need to also consider on board, guys. You can take points on board, you can take suggestion on board, but there is a limit. And that's what you are learning here. And that is called negotiation skills, isn't it? You need to negotiate. And that's what my question is. You are in Birmingham, you are in Coventry, you are in Leicester, for example. Are you aware how many events are happening every week in Birmingham, Leicester and event? There are business expos happening, there are business conferences are happening, isn't it? Are we aware about it? Do we go there? If you have answered like this, oh, I'm busy, I'm doing my job, I have a study, I don't have time. You tell me, if you don't have time for these things, who will give time to you? Investors not going to give you time. We need to take time out, guys. There's no other option. We have a time. I believe you have a time. But it's a matter of giving importance to it. It doesn't matter, even if 15, 20 minutes if you're going to meet someone. Imagine you are coming from the station out, right, to the campus. Very simple example. Don't just keep walking towards campus. Look left and right, isn't it? You need to look left and right. That's your observation. And you should maintain your diary. That's learning. Obviously, Waqas has a lot of experience. He can say more about it. But my feeling and my approach to work with so many businesses as a consultant, that's what they say, Usmani, we observe and we achieve. We observe and we achieve. And I think that's very, very important. So please look into the event and activities happening. One thing, Waqas, we're going to do that in campus in London, Birmingham both. We are putting a kind of a board for events board, like for example, some kind of news activities are happening in London and Birmingham, like some expos are happening, you know. And WCE at wig.ac.uk, the email, they're going to send regular emails to the student now that what are the events happening around Birmingham and obviously London. So that would give a little bit of our understanding. So please keep checking your email. There's a possibility we'll let you know, oh, there's an event happening in Coventry, and that is a networking event. So we will let you know, and obviously you can take time out and meet as well. And obviously, the final thing which I want to tell you guys, obviously, like I said, we really want to support, like Mr. Waqas said, I want to second it. We are, believe me, we are more than happy to support you. But we need your input. We need your consistency. That's very important. There will be a stage in the business, for example, you're preparing a proposal, you send a lot of hard work, you send it to us, and we send you back, oh, your proposal does not look really good. You know, you need to improve it. Never take it personal. It's a feedback. We want to tell you very honest picture, isn't it? You need an honest feedback, very detailed feedback, so you can work on it. Because we don't want you to suffer in front of investors, isn't it? Another thing I want to extend on the last thing before I finish. I do understand you're here, you're student with us, we are providing opportunities for you, but do not limit your opportunities only here. There is a possibility. I'll give you a very simple example. You have a banking with one bank for last 10 years. You have a personal account, right? Very simple. It's my personal experience as well. When I started initially and I met with someone and he said, Usmani, I'm struggling. How can I open my business account, you know? How should I have? So one investor, Waqas, asked the question during the pitch. Oh, you have a brilliant idea, proposal, everything is said. Have you got a business account? Very simple question. The person was running an account, like running a business. So company said, it means you're using your personal account for business. Okay, there are maybe some legal implications. You can declare it. That's not a different. That's not an issue. But I think that ethically, or I think the right way, you should have a business account. So they asked, why didn't you open the business account? And the person replied, I thought I can still use a personal account, isn't it, for the business? So imagine if this is a very basic understanding, what investor is going to think? Do you think he's going to invest with you in your idea? I think there's a doubt now because there's a lack of understanding. So it's very important that you think about all these things, and I think only thing can happen when you come out of your comfort zone. You need to come out of your comfort zone, guys. You need to walk into some businesses like you. You can go there, isn't it? You can just talk to them. And that will give you a lot of experience. Like, for example, I want to encourage you, for example, if you want to set up, like, for example, Moiz is starting, one-stop business. I'm sure he is visiting other tire shops, to see how the arrangement looks like, for example, how the layout looks like, what kind of decoration they did. These are the matters, This is very, very important matter, and that would give you a lot of understanding. So I think I would obviously close here that this is our suggestions to all of you. While we are working with you, we'll give you feedback, but can you please all do these things while you are working on the proposal? And that will help your personality building as well, because I think I can recommend I was yesterday in London Excel as well, Augustus. There was a business show I attended, and I learned something in that business expo, and I asked these questions to some of the companies. They were very young entrepreneurs were there, very young. Like there was one who was 23 years old, and he's saying, I'm doing business for the last 4 years, and I'm doing very well. So I asked a question to him that, how did you reach to this level so fast, especially in London, where the competition is is tough and very competitive market? He said, it's very simple. I keep myself up to date. I keep myself updated, I don't consider anything less important. Whenever I go, whenever I meet, I try to find out what is my learning. And he interestingly said to me something very interesting, and which I was quite happy to hear, that I think we can share with you. We have 365 days in a year, isn't it? Do we maintain a diary? If I ask you, what have you learned 3 months ago? Do we know that? Sometimes we don't know, because we believe that we have a very good memory. We have a good memory, but I think, Gasser, maybe you can say a few things about it. I think you have a lot of experience. I think keeping a track record of your skill, it would help you to build your better profile, and I think you can attach with your CV at some point, isn't it? What have you learned? That's your digital portfolio. What do you think, Gasser? I think this is something they can also take on board, isn't it? Like tracking of their skills.
Very nice, sir. I totally agree with that.
Sure, please.
Can you introduce
Yes,
Mr. Victor and the business products and you want
Okay.
Okay,
Sure.
that's fine.
Perfect.
Sir, yeah, totally agree with that. So, most of the business people who are successful in the world, they always do one simple thing every day. They start with a list. You don't need to have 10, 15 things. 3 things, 2 things. Have a daily list, which Usman is saying. 1 or 2 things you achieve every day. You're achieving small goals, you're tracking your journey. It will help you to improve as well. Yeah. So start with a list. Okay, sir. Quick one. So
Perfect.
we've got a few students who would be
Sure.
leaving soon. So
Please.
they want to start their pitch. And
Sure, sir.
discuss the idea with you. Is it okay if we start?
Yeah, no, please.
Thank you.
Mr. Victor. So basically, we have a Mr. Victor. So I would invite to come here to just introduce your business, what he has right now, and he's running a business for the Muscle Bubble. So come here, please.
So Victor has actually started his business last year. He's been studying with us for 2 years. And,
Okay.
You just give this idea about your business, what you have and you are doing right. Okay. So let me.
and shall we bring the products?
Products in this.
No, that's wrong.
This one. Just take that one for example.
Shadip, would you mind to stop recording and start again?
This is the
Okay, sir.
old one. This is the old one. From the box.
So can I start the recording of?
If we stop the sessions, it will be easier to share with them, and then we will start.
And now again.
Yes, please. If student allows, we can take a consent first. That's what
Can I take your video? Yeah. No worries, sir.
Okay. I think we can give a timeline, like it could be very brief. So then, and obviously we'll take some notes.
Okay, sir. So introduce about your products and this. So basically, Mr. Victor started his business about the muscle bubble. Sir, I shared you this pamphlet on your WhatsApp. If you
Yes, I've seen it.
So
I've seen it, yes.
So basically, he started a business. I assessed Mr. Wakas also assessed to him to start the business as well, and he is running a business right now, and he take from the products from Italy, and you can see, guys, you have the pamphlet. So now he is running a business in Walsall and Wolverhampton,
and delivery all weekend.
And he is delivering everywhere in the Birmingham as well, and Walsall and these areas. Scotland, London, everywhere. So you guys see that price list, and we have a total how many products?
We have 18 at the moment.
We have 8 products right now. 18. So you can see every product have a different criteria.
Price.
You see crystal clear, and these products for the car wash and the washing detergent, these all stuffs. So he is running right now a business. This is the best example you guys have. So he's also seeking a person who is working for a sales in the Birmingham as well. Yes, Victor?
Yes.
Because he's working in Wolverhampton and Walsall. He's covering these areas.
Yeah.
But now he want to expand his business. He want to do something like sales in the Birmingham, Aston, and that areas. So you guys, if you have a mind, if you want to do with him, so you can collaborate about, and he's here. You can talk with him and sit down. What's the criteria? These all stuff. So he's giving to you. He's also giving a placement, sir, to our student as well for level 4.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for this offer. Definitely. Thank you.
And so you guys, you can ask any question. He also registered company. He have a website. So you see there is a proper leaflets and design leaflets. He invests something. How much money you invest on these leaflets and these stuffs?
On leaflets?
Yes.
Just the design is 150.
150, just 150 pound. He put 150 pound on these all leaflets, and they printed 100.
Printed 90 pence.
90 pence. Just one leaflet is 90 pence. And he also invests on the bottles as well. The cover of the bottles.
Labels for the
Labels,
bottles,
yes.
Yes.
So how much?
45 pence.
45 pence.
Per one label.
For one
just
label.
Print, yeah.
And we have a one bottle.
150 each product.
Oh, good. So we have a one bottle, for example, is a 1 liter, is 350. So we invest on that bottle is like like 2 pounds in this, and we get a 150 approximately. So it's a good thing. And if you need any help, any type of information, so Victor is here. If you want to do something with Victor, like us to help in the sales and also want to invest, so you can talk to the Victor and sit down and decide whatever you want to do, because we assist to you as well and the Victor as well. So any type of help, you can come to my office and come to Mr. Wakas and Mr. Usmani as well. So we will help you. So
Okay, Shazib, let's take Victor now, I think, if you don't mind.
Yes.
So let's give him a chance and then he can serve. But thank you, sir, Victor. Wakas, sir, this is a good move, I think, at which the students who are starting the businesses, they're offering placements to our students as well. So we will work with Victor, and he is actually offering us that students can do placement with this company.
So we have one another student, so Mr. Dragos. So he is also a registered company. He wants to say.
Okay.
Yes, hello. My name is Dumitru Hurgi, and I'm the CEO and director of a company which is small now. It's a services company, so we are offering services for home decoration, painting, flooring. This is how we started. But my story is quite interesting because I started last year in January 2023 with a company where I wanted to sell products. Okay, it was not about the money, it was about putting in practice what I learned at the university. I've never think to get rich or to do money, to make money. But because I have a kinesthetic type of learning, I have to be hands on the job to understand it. Even if the lecturers try to explain me something in the class, if I didn't do it, I couldn't understand it. I did it for more than 1 year, but because I wanted to do myself more than that I have learned in the school, I wanted to try a lot of things myself, a lot of the products, and I have applied some best strategies. The company was last year in the loss about £2,000. Okay, I'm not upset at this. I'm proud of this because I have learned where I did the mistakes. And 2 months ago, I have changed the name of the company and I have changed the C codes. So we started to do services because I found a niche in the market where I know that I can succeed. After I had some discussions with my accountant and some other small companies and tradesmen and self-employed people, I've understood that it might be a good idea to start doing this kind of services. I had an initial investment of about £3,000 for the tools, for everything I need, and we started to work. We take small jobs, painting 1 or 2 inside rooms, 1 house on outside, flooring, carpet, laminate or something like that. But we take it easy this time. I have only few employees. I work more with the contractors because it's more easy for me, more profitable for me. But I'm also that guy that is hand on the job. As you can see, I'm dressed like this because this makes me feel natural. I am like this when I just dress as I feel better. Otherwise, I won't have any yield. If I start to hide myself under a coat, under a nice shirt, but I don't have anything in my head, and I just try to show some fake impression, it won't make me feel good. So I just want to be natural, and I'm also the guy who works in the house of the people. I help my contractors, I help my technical manager, so I am there with them. This is what I want to do. It's some sort of hybrid way of leading a company or being a director of a company, to be there between the people and to act like them and to help them physically. And I started to think that it's something better that I can do with this company. So recently I've just finished one very important course of telecommunication engineer, just because I want to get enough experience to start to provide this kind of services to the clients, because it's something for the future. I make my field of experience, it's optic fiber, which is the future of telecommunication, future of the high-speed internet. So I will try to apply this in my company to offer these services once I'm confident that I know exactly what it means, when I know exactly how to do the job. So it may take 1 or 2 years. It's not a limit. Since then, I just go in parallel. I work as a telecommunication engineer, and I also go on the field to help my guys. I stay in touch with my managers and everyone who is involved in my company.
Excellent, very nice.
Very nice.
Wonderful. I think that's a round of applause for gentlemen. And I think I must appreciate, I think there are a couple of things I want just to ask, if you allow me. I think it's a brilliant. I think one thing I really enjoyed while you were talking, and I think, Gaurav, this is one of the, I think it's a success story, to be very honest, for us. We can see that our students are speaking brilliantly. They're speaking a lot of terminologies which are not very common, and that's it's a great success, I think, for WIC. And obviously there's a huge contribution from every member of team, and obviously it's your contribution as well here, that and the tutors, because I was quite happy to listen to a lot of words you were talking about, you know, during your presentation, the accounts, and then you went into a small investment, and I think this is a witness that what you've learned in the classroom, that you're using it actually, and it's brilliant actually, and it's a proud moment for us as well to say that you are one of our success story. I have a question to you, if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Obviously, you have reached to this level. You started from idea scratching, and then you go into the formation of the business. You map different dimensions as well. And you are a student with us. Do you think the college has contributed towards this in terms of the learning you have done in the college? How the college has contributed to you?
Yeah, first of all, the university contributed 80% of everything I know. And I have the knowledge how to apply all the things, because in a company it's not just selling products. There are a lot of things, most of the legal things. So I'm also doing payroll myself. I'm my own financial manager. But all of the things, I've got them from the university. Obviously, I also did some separate research, because as I told you, it's hard for me just to understand what they told us in the class. So I have to research on my own to try to apply it. I did mistakes. I paid the fees to HRMC. I'm not sorry. I know I'm happy because I did this, and I have learned what not to do and how to send the file to the company. I'm working also with a third-party accountant because they are the best. I didn't want to risk that much to do everything on my own. I have their support. So also everything that I have learned here in the university, I speak with them and they say, yes, you did good, this is a very good idea, go on this path. If you have any other questions, come to tell us. They were very happy because I did research to do myself, to do all the fees and everything on HRMC, to pay on myself, company house, everything I did myself, and they said, oh, we love to work with these kind of directors who want to keep the company running. Because the failure of the first company, it was the fact that I just let everything on the accountant. They know what to do, I just try to sell products. I had a boom at some point, I had a good profit, but I did a mistake to invest in something that I couldn't carry on. Okay, because everything I got from the products I sell, all the profit went directly in an investment that I couldn't keep it on with. So at some point I had some assets, okay, a good value of assets, but I had to sell them just to cover the other expenses and the liabilities that I had.
Very nice.
Perfect. No, thank you so much. I think it's a very kind, Wakasan, as an academic manager, you can see the feedback. I think it's a great feedback from one of our students. I think it's a real moment for us, I think, to feel that one of our obviously students who have learned different subjects, due to his contribution, support team, obviously management, and I think you can speak now with high confidence actually in front. So that's wonderful, and wish you all the very best, obviously, for your business. And like I said, we are here obviously to support you. And now we will be taking your proposal to the next stage and we'll find out. Wakan sir, anything you want to say? But thank you so much for your time.
I would like to say that Dumitru is an exceptional student. He's making a lot of effort. We can see evidently in this pitch as well that the effort he's put in is paying off. Second thing, we can see the consistency. So he started with a different business idea, but because he was already on the journey, he learned on the go and he knew where to change. And this is what we want from other students as well. Start somewhere, and if you need to make any adjustments on the way, then you make those adjustments, because that journey is the learning. It's not the destination. The learning is the main part that we're trying to focus on. So that's what we can already see evidently. He's already applied that, and he's come to that stage himself as well. And then another thing which I liked what you just mentioned is that there are certain things which we can be good at and certain things we cannot be good at. And it's best to hire those people who are really good at that stuff. So that's another thing to learn from his pitch. Very impressive, very well done. Nice one. Thank you so much.
Very good. Well done.
So sir, basically he also want to provide a placement to our student as well, and he agree on that. And
yes, I will be happy to take quite small number of students to let them work with my technical manager. They can cover some team leader positions,
yes.
Okay, and also with my other help for on a financial assistant. I can just take some very good of them on the financial step, how to run a payroll, how to do all the research on the HRMC, and all the documentation, the legal documentation and the fiscal documentation as well, just to have an idea how to do this.
I think it's a brilliant. I'm very thank you so much for this offer. I think Wakan, this is a great thing happening through the society I've witnessed now. That a lot of students are coming with business idea, but they're also trying to support college and for this placement. And I think it's a great move. And I must say thank you so much to you as well for this. And obviously we will take it to the next level. So thank you so much from my side as well and on behalf of management.
Thank you.
Actually, it does not only help us as well, it helps the students as well, because I've seen small companies, everyone is trying to do everything. I mean, if you have people helping out with the admin work, you can focus on the main business development. So it's good to have those kind of areas. Like we don't mind hiring people from media, from other university who are studying media degrees to work with us for media purpose. So why not have helping hand? We can't do everything. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Well, that's perfectly fine. I think, Shadib, obviously we can do that due diligence process completed. And obviously these two companies like Victor and obviously this company we can include as our employer network as well.
Sure.
And I think that would be wonderful. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Please take a seat. Thank you.
so we have, yes sir, we have another guy who already have running a business, and I want to invite something to say and share his experience as well. He's also our student. So he's running a business as a car garage. So please come to the stage and say something, please.
If anyone is broken down, then we just contact.
So basically, I've got the business for a long time, for 10 years, more than 10 years. Yeah, I've come to the business from the scratch. Basically, I start from the tires, as you bring the example. Yeah, I'm based in Stoke-on-Trent. I've done from my house garage, basically. So what I've done in the first place, I rent a van, go to the tire shop, which brings tires from the Germany, buy the tires, £7, £6, and then start selling them on the eBay and then to the local car washes. So basically, then I extend my mind and go to the another field. So I bought the first car, which start making the parts, basically stripping the cars for the parts. I start listing the parts on the eBay, so where makes me start growing. Then in a year time, I've rent actual place. Yeah, that's been my first place. It's been the room Lada, yeah, for one car. So basically, we start doing the tires and we start providing the mechanic job as a separate business. Yeah, not separate business as a part of the business, but as a separate idea. So we go from the tires to the more mechanical side. I've been 3 years on the running the business for the parts, basically running the scrapyard. Yeah, eBay, accounts, and everything I've done myself as well as a first when I start. Then after 3 years I comes to the point where I need an accountant, proper accountant, and I need more base. So basically I'm now based in Stoke-on-Trent. My garage is now 6 ramps.
6 ramps?
Yeah, so four people employed.
That's great.
So we doing most of our business is electronic. So we concentrate on the new BMWs.
BMW.
Yes, only on the coating. So we basically take the contracts where the BMW refusing the cars after the accidents, and they saying we're not allowed to touch them. So they send it to us, and
Okay.
we working with them as partners in the business.
Okay. So very nice. So I want to say something and add something. So we have a Muid, and Muid want to start the same business as like a garage, and you can help to the Muid and
No
to guide
problem.
them, and Muid you can assist. He will assist you as well, and we also assist you. And one thing more, sir, he want to also start a business with BMW. He shares something with me, and he has a proposal, and we can make, and I will assist him to make a proposal with the separate business to boost like a because he is a good mechanic of BMW, and he want to start another thing. So hopefully we will come up with the proposal.
Basically, that's the reason why I come
Exactly.
to university. I come to the
Exactly.
point when I reach the stage where I can't no go further down on myself. So my brain is locked. So that's the reason why I choose this university and choose that course to achieve more ideas and extend my
More step and
extend my ideas and extend my vision on the actual business.
So can you please some idea share with us with Mr. Usmani as well what you want to do now with BMW and that
Really, that's as I say. I come to the point where I'm at now on the top of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, so really, I doesn't want to concentrate further more on that side because I already done that side. I want to get some new ideas and some new kind of, the ways how I can extend my
business.
my experience
Yes.
and my business. Yeah.
Okay.
But really, in the garage point, I really comes to the stage where I know as a business really you should advertise your business. My example, no advertisement at all since day one. I've not advertising anything. All my customers comes
Word of
word of mouth.
yeah.
So basically we provide the type of the job which been obviously qualified. The people start passing the information to the people. So that's how we come on the markets, and I think we are biggest place in Stoke-on-Trent who doing electrician jobs. So,
Very nice, that's great.
and as in this game, I can offer you some kind of liquids like a brake cleaners, fluids, sprays, cans. I've got direct link to the factory, to the main man on the factory. So basically, I can get the prices cheaper than the big car part shop gets to them. So
So can I get your number, maybe?
So, I mean,
Business network.
And to be honest, so it's one thing now. My cousin, he's running now a business in Bosley Green here in Birmingham.
Yeah.
So I'm with him step by step with everything. So maybe I need you because he's running same my idea.
No worries. You
So
got
I need
always,
you
yeah.
to get.
Yeah, get my number and sort that out.
Yeah.
One thing I want to add what Alexander just mentioned.
So
No marketing, only word of mouth. I want to mention about one
So basically, I
corporate
offer
trainer,
all-
Brian Tracy.
My name is Mohammed.
Yeah. So he goes to a restaurant in America,
Yeah,
in California,
see you in a minute, and I'm going to show
and
you.
his friend owns that restaurant. So he asks his friend, whenever I come to your restaurant, it's always busy. What's your marketing strategy? And his friend said, we don't do any marketing. Same with like Alexander. And he said, but how did people find about it? He said, only first year when we opened, we did a little bit of marketing. And since then, year upon year, we're always full. Every day they're full. Why?
Same here.
And the reason he is full and people give word of mouth because of the quality of service. And same, he asked his friend, what do you do for marketing? He said, nothing. He said, we don't sell a service, we put quality on the plate. We put happiness on the plate for people. So whenever anyone who's cooking that meal, we think that this meal should make the customer happy. So the importance of quality. So once you start a business, to maintain it, to carry further, this is what's going to take you further. Otherwise people will come once, maybe you sell a £10 service for £50, you'll be very happy at that time. But they will not come again.
Yes.
Exactly.
You need to get the ideas,
Some
because
customers,
if
they
you're
don't
gonna
think about
once
the money.
overstep this,
Qualities.
you're gonna be, yeah.
So that's very good to know. I didn't know about this. I know he does run his business, but I didn't know that the scale of it. Even Dumitru, I didn't know the scale of this business. Very good to see this. And like Mr. Usmani mentioned in the very first speech as well, networking. You know, now we are finding out about each other. We can help each other, support each other. And when we do networking, we learn a lot from networking, and we get the right connections. And it's something to do with mindset as well. So when you start connecting with the right people, your mindset is on that wavelength, you start getting the right kind of people to guide and mentor, to support you.
And your PO level as well.
Yeah, that's very
Obviously, as soon as you meet the different people, you've got the different ideas.
Exactly.
Your levels goes higher.
We
obviously.
can't go to next level otherwise.
Absolutely.
You can stay on that
Exactly.
place
Yeah,
for a
exactly.
long time.
And also, when you share in networking, then you find right people to invest as well. So, you know, that is very helpful. And we live in a day and age of contracts. So if you are good at something really well, you're really good at it, but you don't have something B which you don't have, someone else will have that. And you can do a contract, do a partnership, maybe profitability, but you can make it work. So we live in this age where we can be successful through this medium as well.
First, one thing, thank you very much for your word. I think I just mentioned that I was thinking I have a fear to buy BMW for many years. I can confidently buy now because we have someone on board to fix it, in the garage. So that's a great thing. But I think that's a wonderful, I think it's a brilliant meeting, this one. I feel that the one we have done today. And I think the interesting part is, because I think you see you have just seen while Bokasar was teaching that two of you were meeting, behind the meeting. It's a networking. You see, we have to find opportunities in the business wherever we can. And we have to act accordingly. Timing is very important in the business, If your timing is wrong, and if you have an outstanding idea, it doesn't work. You need to pitch your thing and you need to make your plan accordingly. And I think that's the time you need to identify. And then obviously that's what we're trying to fit this society. So I can see this Student Entrepreneurship Society is leading, I think, somewhere. And I think you can see, because there are 9 students on one table, they're talking. I think it's one of the success rate we can consider. And I think we really want to contribute, to this as well, to support you. I just want to mention one thing. I know you guys have brilliant ideas. For example, you gentlemen mentioned about that you have a garage, you've got 7 or 9 ramps, 8 you said at the moment. It's a great achievement. We want to recognize it. Because one of the things which we're going to do in Student Entrepreneurship Society is recognition of us. If you see our step number 8 in this society, which is on the banner, it's actually recognition. It means at some point, when your business idea gets mature, your proposal gets mature and it gets invested, and you are trying to launch yourself that I'm actually an entrepreneur now, we have a recognition program. And that recognition is an interesting zone, because in that recognition, you never know For example, you're mentioning about BMW. You have no idea, maybe possible we are in a position to bring BMW representative here and to recognize your idea. That's what I'm just telling you, a little bit of thought about it, that what we are working currently on the background. We are currently working and trying to collaborate with bigger organizations, larger organizations, because we want you to get recognition on different platforms. And there is a possibility when your ideas get mature, you will be our success stories. And we have a plan, sir, in this employability department that we are trying to, it's exactly like this when you visit British Library in London. And if you go to Business and IP Center, you enter into that, you'll find out some showcases. And I went there, I saw, what is that? There was a small chocolate bar, it was in the showcase. So I thought, how come chocolate is doing in the library? What exactly is the idea behind it? I went further into it and I read it. It was an interesting statement. One student who was studying actually in London in a university, he said, I've spent my 72 or 73 hours while sitting in this center and I built this product. So we are trying to bring something to the week as well. Very coming future, you will see your products will be displayed, your ideas will be displayed in the campus. Of course, we cannot make British Library here. We have a prestige honor there, is there. But we're trying to reflect what is actually happening. And I think that's a good recognition because you'll complete your degree, you'll go away, isn't it? But we don't want to disconnect. We want to keep connection with you guys, for a longer period of time. And that's what this idea. So the society actually is going to a different mile, I'm very honest with you. But obviously in early stages, like Wakasa said, that once you things get matured, we want you to feel it. And last thing, guys, you are our brand ambassadors, you know that. And it's very much important. I think when you're going to pitch your ideas, you're going to meeting network, please always remember you are representing Waltham International College. You are a part of us in collaboration with Leeds University because your body language, your dressing matters. The way you project yourself, this is going to come back to you. What do you think about that? It's important, isn't it? Like they consider these things.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, the value comes from them.
Yeah.
So the value will come from them, obviously. And we can also showcase them on our social media pages. We can do some events here where they can bring their products, etc. Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. No, that's perfectly. I think that's a wonderful, Shadib. Thank you so much for all this.
So we have one other student, and he is running a business for frozen meals, and as well halal, and he have a product. So let me.
Okay. The one I'm gonna buy this afternoon, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
I just explained this idea.
Yes. Okay.
Why? Because before was company, why I say it was last week closing common papers. We're now waiting something papers should close. Why? Because was company doing freeze food and doing for all week for peoples who go to the gym because for healthy food, yeah. And was not so many clients. Why? Because company doing food for all week. Who doing a website appointment is example doing a Sunday, first command 3 days to doing food, yeah. Command first delivery and after example Wednesday come first delivery, after Friday come second because food doing for all week. No, this is because it's and was not so many clients because for all week buying it looks little is money so much. Now this company will close. Yeah, I didn't put it just in freeze. Why? I used yesterday and I see have twice.
Okay.
It's not now. Have an idea because close this company and don't close and complete to doing food, just frozen food. You know what is this? Shock frozen. You heard it, no? Shock frozen.
Yes,
you doing food. You living in the places. Yeah, when you have something temperature on the place, you put in chiller minus 25 degrees. Because when you put little early inside, will come water. And water will same as give something grams, yeah? Plus, we won't classify this food because we're doing halal food separate, have 2 rooms. Halal food separate, and for another people who eating everything, is we're doing another room. Because have this, why this idea? Because have factory. It's not so big factory and have everything in factory. And just closing and selling is no point now. Have freeze, everything have, just starting to work. Plus is possible delivering food, discount doing. This company before working 5 years have where is possible buying meat cheap, where is possible everything have, digital marketing have, just site stopping now, it's possible just changing the site product and put this freeze. While looking this is because in all UK we will have just one concurrent, Jason. It's no more concurrent. Another, I checking, don't sell freeze and food, just cold food. It's possible buying, put in freeze, and it's another. Why? Because vitamins is go on. It's another smell, another taste. When you're doing shock freeze, look shock therapy, yeah? Is you leaving vitamins, tasty. It looks same when how you when finish to doing this food. Classifier I said because when you classify food, where you stop halal, will have something can blend. It looks another. This is food. It looks from people's. Is why? Because NHS so many people have cholesterol, blood pressure, and health problems. When you eating healthier food, will go out these problems. No, who eating food and go sport is much better. How just eating this food. Why I want trying this idea to pushing. It's no concurrence first. This one concurrent is not so big. I checking bills. This concurrent he was last year minus. This year last 2022 was in the minus. Now last year was in the plus 100,000 and this concurrent was before when started night and selling. It looks plus 200,000 per year plus go up. After was minus. I don't know why. I didn't see, and I think he buying something technical in the factory, maybe using bigger factory because he has something right. Is another calculate and was credit.
Right.
So yes, why it was minus? And this year, last year he was in the plus 100 more 100 pounds, 100,000 I mean pounds.
No, it's brilliant, very good.
This is a
ready
hit.
Yeah.
to eat.
Yeah, it's ready to eat. Just you put in the microwave 4 minutes. After you mixing, 2 minutes more and finish. It's normal food. It's food how in the house.
Yes. I think it's a good point. I think I can see a unique. Yeah, sorry.
How many stuffs you can use?
It's 4 stuff. Yes. Employer is true, and two guys was will help him because.